Yeah. We
Jefferson County Court at law number 2 is now in session. The court is in session in 3 cases. Cause numbers 23-CCCR 0808, cause number 23-CCCR 1083, and cause number 23-CCCR 1084. All 3 cases are style of state of Texas versus Dante Henry. Mr. Henry, would you please come forward? Good morning, Mr. Henry. How are you doing?
Good.
Okay, now, Mr. Henry, the last time you were in court was on December the 12th, 2023. At that time, you signed a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. And on that document, you indicated that you wanted your case to be reset so that you can hire your own attorney. Okay, so you haven't hired your attorney? Why haven't you hired your attorney? You say you're doing everything on your own, you don't have no help? And then what do you mean by that, you don't have any help? Okay, now, you are aware that on the document that you signed, the Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney, on that document, the document stated that you had 3 options regarding your right to have an attorney. Number 1, you can hire an attorney. That's the one you chose. Number 2, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Or number 3, you may represent yourself if you waive your right to an attorney. Now, if you're saying that you have some difficulties with raising money, that seems to suggest to me that you might want to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you want to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney? Okay, so how much time do you need to hire your attorney? You said a little more time. I mean, what is a little more time? Say, so you have an appointment with an attorney on Friday, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to reset this case for 30 days. Is that enough time? Okay, you think that's enough time for you to hire your attorney? Okay, what I'm doing, I'm reset it for 45 days. Okay, let's reset it for 45 days to give him an opportunity to hire his attorney. Mr. Henry, just have a seat in that first chair on the wall, and then when the court coordinator is ready for you, go to her window. Once you finish there, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Court is in session in cause number M324320. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Edward Barlow. Mr. Barlow, is that your full name? How are you doing, Mr. Barlow? You doing all right? That's good. Mr. Barlow, you're represented. You're represented in this case by your Attorney Marva Provo. Attorney Provo, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
That's good. State is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Hubel. Attorney Hubel, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge, and yourself.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. The probation office is represented in this case by Mr. Gary Gilliam. Mr. Gilliam, how are you doing? Okay. And Mr. Hubel, what is the recommendation in this case?
At this point, given the fact that it's Ms. Provo's first appearance with this defendant, the state is granting one reset to see if the defendant can get in compliance with conditions of probation.
Okay, how much time, how long are we gonna reset the case?
State would request a standard reset.
30 days?
Yes,
Okay. Give us a reset date.
Be March 6th.
March 6th.
Thank you. That's your next.
Okay, Mr. Barlow, your case is gonna be reset till March 6th, 2024. I'll give you an opportunity to get in compliance with the conditions of probation. Your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. Mr. Provo, this is your only case. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. You're welcome.
Maybe be.
Yes, you may be excused.
We can set it.
Jefferson County Code Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session and calls number 23 CC Ciara 0194. Case is filed with State of Texas versus Nicholas Dean Merriweather. Mr. Merriweather, you please come forward. You have to write on it that you abandoned it and enhanced for parents. You have it as a reduction. Do you have it as a reduction?
No, sir, it's not. It's not a lesser.
I think that's what the plea is asking for deferred.
Deferred.
Oh, well, they didn't put all that on there.
So you can't, I mean, huh? Okay, hold on a minute. So she got to redo the paperwork. 23 CCCR 0194, case of style of state of Texas versus Nicholas Dean Merriweather. Mr. Merriweather, would you please come forward? Okay, Mr. Merriweather, your full name is Nicholas Dean Merriweather?
Yes.
Mr. Merriweather, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Merriweather, do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Merriweather, you may put your hand down. Again, how are you doing, Mr. Merriweather?
Good.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Merriweather, you're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney Alan Parker. Attorney Parker, how are you doing?
Good, Judge, thanks.
And Mr. Parker, do you waive a record in Mr. Merriweather's case?
We do, Judge.
The state is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Hubel. Attorney Hubel, how are you doing?
Still doing well, Judge.
And Mr. Merriweather, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Nicholas Dean Merriweather, on or about July 19th of 2022, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Now, the state has abandoned the enhancement paragraph, which means that your case is going to be reduced from a Class A to a Class B misdemeanor, a lesser included offense. Now, Mr. Merriweather, to the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated that allegedly occurred on or about July 19th, 2022, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty, no contest. Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Mr. Merriweather, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Merriweather, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
And on the next document that's titled, well, on the same document, but the next page, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, yes, sir.
Mr. Merriweather, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Merriweather, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1 in evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted into evidence. Mr. Parker, you advised in counsel, Mr. Merriweather, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Merriweather, your attorney, Mr. Parker, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Merriweather, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
If you plead guilty, the state is offered 15 months deferred probation with a $750 fine, 50 hours community service, DWI steering conditions of probation, and installation of an interlock device.
What is this court cost? Okay, Mr. Mayor, the state is offered that you serve 15 months deferred probation. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a DPS fine of $100. You'll be required to pay a fine of $750, a standard fine of $750. You'll also be required to pay court costs of $377. You'll be required to pay $60 a month probation fee, a $15 a month urinalysis fee, and $15 for a reimbursement fee. Your total. And you will also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI next year evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the lease. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $169 a month. Will you be able to pay the $169 each month?
Yeah.
You'll also be required to perform 50 hours of community service, install the interlock device for any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete a DW education class, and have an alcohol assessment. And you will also be required to adhere to the standard terms and conditions of your probation. Now, Mr. Merriweather, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Merriweather, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Merriweather, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will not result in a conviction on your record, and it'll be dismissed, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. Merriweather, you're gonna, are you ready for him?
No, he's gonna
Oh,
have to.
just have a seat, and when she calls you up, you go to her window. Once you finish at her window, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And you're free to go as well, Mr. Parker. Okay. Mr. Gertz, are you ready?
On two of my cases,
Yes.
I want to talk to Mr. Hubel about one of the items, but I can do the other two.
Okay, what two?
Shannon Wilson, Judge, we're still waiting on a
Okay,
disposition in
Wilson.
Hardin County.
Wilson, okay. Shannon Wilson, cause number M323048. Okay, Mr. Wilson, your full name is Shannon Andrew Wilson.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Wilson?
Good, how are you doing, Judge?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Ms. Wilson. You representing your case by your attorney, Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge, thank you.
And Mr. Gertz, what is your announcement in Mr. Wilson's case?
Judge, this is there's a new allegation out of Hardin County. We have a pending motion to suppress in that case in front of Judge Thomas.
Okay.
And the case has not been resolved and it's not moving with whole deliberate speed up there either, but
well, is there a court date?
I'm March 7th.
March 7th, so we just need to reset it after that date.
Yes.
Okay. Give us a reset date. State, do you have any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay.
It'll be March 13th,
Okay.
I'm gonna be gone that week. Can we go the next week?
okay, the 20th.
Yes.
Okay, so to be reset to March 20th, 2024. Mr. Wilson, your attorney will get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir, you too.
And what's the next case you ready on? You have Walker and Richard.
Mr. Richards.
Richard, okay. Next case is cause number M333384. Do we have bond conditions in this case? Case is style of State of Texas versus Kyrie Richard. Mr. Richard, is that your full name?
Yes.
How you doing, Mr. Richard?
Good.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Richard, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, what is your announcement in Mr. Richard's case?
Judge, Mr. Hubel has made us a good offer that we want to take, but we feel like it's premature to take because there's potentially another case floating out there. And so I want to if I could maybe wait 60 days and come back and see where we are.
Okay,
This is our first appearance in this case. So.
okay, I think I see some behind this.
You Sam?
I saw some, where? Oh, yeah, here they go, right, notice about, here they go. Yeah, I have. Yeah, it was from, June 9th. Okay. Okay. Mr. Richards, your case is gonna be reset. Your attorney gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. Now, you pronounce your last name Richard or Richard?
Richard.
Richard, okay. All right, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Oh,
Sounds great.
you know what?
Sure.
Mr. Merriweather, oh, I just needed to sign this is,
You still here?
yeah, this is the amendment for your job. Okay,
On that? Yes, sir.
yeah. I'll go ahead on and sign it. 2/7. This gives you permission to travel. Okay, okay, this will be with your paperwork.
Okay.
All right. That goes with your paperwork. Keel. Motion to revoke on Richard Keel.
Oh, you know.
So you want to go and speak about that?
Yeah. Help yours or is it someone else's?
Okay, this is cause number M329-196, case of South City, Texas versus Brian K. Walker. Walker, would you please come forward? Mr. Walker, your full name is Brian K. Walker?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Walker?
How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Walker. You're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, what is your announcement?
Judge, could we get a short resetting on this? We think we're close to a resolution, but I want to talk with Ms. Porter about it. It's her case. Just
Okay.
trying to slightly improve my chances. So if I can do that, maybe 30 days.
Okay, give us a 30-day reset. You have any objections?
No objections from the state.
Okay. This is Brian K. Walker.
Okay, March 13th,
I'm out that week.
Oh, that's right. You gotta go to the 20th. Huh?
20th, March 20th,
That's,
27th,
Yeah, the
or I
20th.
could put it on a Monday.
he coming on the 20th anyway.
I'll be here on the 20th.
You just reset one earlier for the 20th.
Okay.
Okay, the case is being reset to March 2024. Mr. Walker, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr.
Thank you.
Gertz, I think this is your last case. You're free to go as well. You have a blessed day.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Clearly. Thank you. Right now.
What is it? Okay. 18, 20. This is here. Jefferson County Court, Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in 3 cases. Cause number 23CCCR 0808, cause number 23CCCR 1083, and cause number 23CCCR 1084, cases styled the state of Texas versus Damon Dante Henry. Mr. Henry, would you please come forward? Mr. Henry, your full name is Damon Dante Henry. Mr. Henry, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Henry, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Henry, you may put your hand down. Mr. Henry, I have before me 2 documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
Or are these your initials on the line stating you want to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
I also have another document before me. This document is titled County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that is titled Defendant? Mr. Henry, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
You understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Henry, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney, and the attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Jennifer DeLage. Attorney DeLage will be given information to contact you. You will also be given information to contact her. Our court coordinator is going to give you that information. Once you get the information from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. Just have a seat in that chair on the wall. Okay. Next case is cause number M334290, case of style of state of Texas versus Sebastian Colt Ross. Mr. Ross is appearing via Zoom. His attorney
Yes,
is
sir.
John Macy. Mr. Macy is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Ross, how are you doing?
I'm doing good today, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine. And Mr. Macy, how are you doing? Mr. Macy, how are you doing?
But that's all.
Yeah, okay. He needs to connect to the audio. Oh, he disconnected. He gonna reconnect. Are we ready on the next case? Is this mine?
Yes, sir.
Next case is cause number 23CCCR 1732. Case is style state of Texas, Reagan Jamal Howard. Mr. Howard, would you please come forward? Mr. Howard, your full name? Reagan Jamal Howard. Mr. Howard, how are you doing? You doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Howard. You're represented in your case by your attorney, Ryan, and Attorney Matuska. How are you doing? Good morning. State, I have before me a motion to forfeit the weapon case. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. Howard, I have a motion before me that is titled Motion to Forfeit. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that is titled Defendant? Mr. Howard, before you signed and initialed this document, did your attorney go over this document with you? And did you read and understand everything in this document? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? And do you want the court to forfeit this weapon to the Needham Police Department? Okay. The court is granting this motion to forfeit the weapon in this case to the Needham Police Department. State, do you have an additional motion?
Yes, Your Honor, a motion to dismiss based on this forfeiture.
Okay. And Mr. Howard, the state is dismissing this case, will forfeit you the weapon in this case to the Needham Police Department. I'm signing the dismissal right now. Your attorney will receive this document in about 1 minute. Once you get a copy of this motion to dismiss from your attorney, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Matuska, you'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. Okay. Next case is cause number M334290. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Sebastian Coat Ross. Mr. Ross is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Ross, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And Mr. Ross is represented in this case by Attorney John Macy. Attorney Macy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor. Thanks for asking. Sorry about being late.
Okay. Now, Mr. Macy, what is your announcement in Mr. Ross' case?
Your Honor, Mr. Ross's was supposed to have paid for the JP reduction by today, but he had some difficulty with the funds, so we're asking for a little bit more time so that he can pay the JP reduction money.
Okay, State, you have any objections?
No objections, Your Honor, so long as this is the last result in the case.
Okay. Now, let's see, Mr. Macy, how much time does Mr. Ross need?
I'm not entirely sure, but he's online. We could ask him,
Mr.
Judge.
Ross. Mr. Ross, how much time do you need?
Month and a half, okay?
45 days?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so 45 days, and he's paying the restitution, well, it's a JP reduction, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Give us the reset date.
We keep an eye on announcement.
Yes.
We can put it April.
Okay, this case is gonna be reset until April 15th of 2024. Mr. Ross, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Macy, you're free to go as well. You have a blessed day. Your notice will be sent to you of the
Thank you,
reset.
Your Honor.
All right.
Sir, Your Honor,
Yes.
you said April 15th?
Yes, April 15th, 2024.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right,
Same
yes,
to you.
you too.
This will conclude the calling of the court's announcement docket and the motion to revoke probation docket. Both dockets were scheduled on today, February 7th, 2024. In County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas, Judge Terrence Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day.
Thank you, Ryan.